BrianTheBlue, and welcome back to Current Calamities, where I take a break from the past and look forward to the future with the games of the present. Super Mario Party, in fact, and why not call the latest edition of the franchise that, after 10 frustratingly good games and after a 5-year hiatus, 5 mediocre to terrible departures from the series' mainstay mechanics, it was obviously time to hit the reset button. I mean, what better way to do that than saying that this is the super edition of the game we all know and love, and 2 decades were leading up to this moment. Either that or Nintendo is being like WWE and doesn't want to let their audience know how old their top-selling game series or event is, respectively. I've had some experience with a few Mario Party games, mostly with the original DS, but I'm more of a Mario Party watcher than I am player. Seeing plenty of infamous Let's Plays across several YouTube channels has kept me in the know of how utterly great it is to see friendships ruined.
This is so much fucking bullshit!
As for myself, I've kept in touch with the series, haven't played it much since the DS and other versions years ago, but I am very much aware on how the game should work. Screw those kart vehicles, they could burn in hell! As I'm here to see if a real Mario Party lies within this cartridge, without going over everything because I'm not in the mood to get my ass kicked, so let's jump for joy anew with Super Mario Party. Maybe. Hopefully. I don't know. It's being made by the same developers who made the previous shit show, so I don't know what to expect. Well, it didn't take long to figure it out, as we immediately get calls back from the very first Mario Party. Mario and his friends are arguing about which among them is the superstar, and they decided to have a party to settle this dispute, with Toad and Toadette being judges. Gets their own game but aren't able to join in on a good Mario Party? Toad rights matter, Nintendo. But the turns have tabled, for Bowser and his minions have joined the feud, and have even added Kamek as an additional judge to make sure everything goes smoothly. And once the party is set up by Kamek's wand alone, we can now play the game. Starting off, we need to choose our character for whatever reason from a roster of notable faces and locked characters that you can get at a later date. And I went for Waluigi as he represents me to a T. Tall, money hungry, and one of the more forgotten members of the party. Like my channel on this site. But anyway, it becomes clear that we have a hub world to explore as well as some comms of varying difficulty to tag along with. On the basis that I haven't played this series in a while, as well as to incite a little love triangle, I went normal and headed straight into the party. Now, I'm merely guessing that most of you know how to play Mario Party, but if you don't, I'll give you a brief summary. Each character is given a dice to roll and must make their way to the star on the board and gain as many stars over your opponents. In order to get a star, you must collect a certain number of coins in order to obtain one, and the spaces you land on can either add or subtract coins to your total. Want to point out real quick that when it's your turn, your Joy-Con will make a jingle, which I didn't know it could produce actual noise until now. Mind-blowing. This is exactly like my Wii Motion dildo. There are plenty of other spaces like event spaces that can do something special that is custom to the board or otherwise, and you can also pass by other things to help you advance over other players. That's the basic bones of it, at least how it was used to be, but this game brought the traditional formula back with a few additions. For one, you now have allies that can tag along with you that can add to your roll and aid you in other ways, like let's say star bonuses. The other thing is that now every character has a special dice block of their own, which inadvertently made a tier system in this game, which I don't necessarily agree with. I prefer special blocks that you can get by multiple item means. But even with the new additions, I still found this to be a very enjoyable experience, especially when we get to everybody's favorite part. The minigames. If there's anything that defines a good Mario Party other than the core gameplay, the minigames surely come to mind, and the few minigames I played during this session were pretty fun. They use the controls to good use, and it's fun to interact with the tutorials so you know what you're doing even before the start. Although I will comment that a few of the minigames will make you look suggestive, you'll still have fun either way. And I certainly did, playing a good 10 rounds of the traditional game that I eventually won in a landslide. Waluigi too good? Too bad. But that isn't all there is to do, mind you, for the hub world has a ton of other games and characters to interact with. For example, you can compete in a few mini-game-oriented competitions as well as 2 other game types that'll test your cooperation skills with other players. The game does like to encourage other players to high-five one another as a sign of goodwill and whatnot, and I would like to question Nintendo on how well they pay attention to their franchise and their, fan base's screams of agony. But it is Nintendo, so I'm not surprised that they're promoting this. And here's the answer to the question I asked that I just got via swap note.
Oh, shut your mouth.
Sour. And salty. Of the other modes I did try, Soundstage was okay if you're able to hear it, which I wasn't for recording purposes. The Mario-thon was good fun, should play it with friends if you have any. And River Survival was a good distraction. The one word of advice I can give you is don't let Rosalina be on your raft party. But you can replace her back in the hub. Yoshi wants to party? Well, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to say some other time. I'm gonna stop the review here as I pretty much saw what I wanted to see. This Mario Party is a promising one. It's remembered what it once was and has a lot to offer, so you'll always have something to do. I know I've missed a good amount of stuff, but I'm a bit pressed for time, and I'm sure most just wanted to know if it was a true to form Mario Party. And it is just that. So with that all being said, what's my overall opinion? I long thought Mario Party was past its prime, but now it may be making a comeback tour. Super Mario Party isn't as bad as it could have been. It turns out to be a callback to form that I'm positive any Mario Party goers from the past 2 decades can enjoy. I recommend getting it for any occasion. Having a fun party game? Super can do it. Ruin friendships? Super can do it. Identify as an obscure Super Mario character? Super Mario Party has you covered for any party activity you have in mind. Seriously though, try not to lose friends with this. It would neglect the game's theme of cooperation, and it's just a game after all. So what do you think? Do you agree with me, or have your own thoughts? Let me know by leaving a comment. If you like what you see, like the video with those thumbs up. If you think anyone else would like this vid, share it around. And if you want to see more of me, this show, and others, hit the subscribe button. I'm BrianTheBlue, thanks for watching. I'm going back to the past, and until next time, I'll see you in the future.